Hi, this is Uzma. Do you tell on a first date? I've gotten to the point where talking about my chronic illness is not a big deal anymore, obviously. And I've always felt that being upfront about who I am and my situation is the best way to deal with people. But I know that for a lot of people with thalassemia, there's a lurking fear that they might frighten away a potential life partner by talking about their chronic illness. I've known relationships to break up over thalassemia. I've seen patients get married only to get divorced later on because the partner just can't handle that their partner has this illness that they have to live with forever. And I can understand that. I mean, it can be very difficult having to always be in a position where you have to support your partner. I mean, it can be exhausting. Also, the pain that a thalassemia patient experiences can never be fully understood by their life partner. Only another patient with thalassemia can really understand what that person's going through. And I think that can probably be really difficult for a life partner. But at the beginning of a relationship, all you're really worried about is scaring the other person away. I mean, we all want to be understood. Nobody wants to be alone. It's for those reasons I decided to speak up early. How early? The first date. So actually what happened was that we were going on our first date and we met in a food court near the movie theater where we were going to go see a movie later. And so we're sitting there in the food court and, we start making chit chat, how are you? How was your day? And my response to that question was, I'm tired. I had transfusion yesterday. Boom, I just said it. And I wasn't expecting to talk about this at all. It wasn't even in my mind that I would tell him that I had thalassemia on the first date. I mean, it just didn't register. But because he asked me that innocent question about, how I was feeling, I said, well, tired, I had transfusion. And so then he was a bit shocked and surprised. But then he asked me about it. And we started talking some more, and I told him about the illness and how I needed a blood transfusion every 3 weeks to stay alive. And he seemed to take this in. And, we went on with our date, and we had a great time, and we went to see a movie, and we actually had our first kiss that evening. He had been really impressed by what I told him. He was impressed that I told him about the thalassemia. He was impressed with the way I was handling myself. He said that I was handling it with such grace and such strength. And I think the fact that he said those things said a lot about him and who he was as a person. And I could tell right away that I really wanted to be with him. Do you think the first date's too soon to tell? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. I've always felt